Programming in C# and ASP.NET. This is Mr. Wilson, your instructor and guide as we take a closer look at C# and ASP.NET. This is CS ASP 032 Razor Pages and Data Part 2. Let's go to Visual Studios. Hey there, gang. Okay, so we are ready now to take the next step. We have built our model just like it is there on the screen. And so now we want to take another step, and we're going to do we're going to pull Entity Framework first into our project. So let's look at doing that. And the first thing we're going to do is we're going to come up to our view, to Tools. And under Tools, we're going to come down here to NuGet Package Manager. NuGet Package Manager. We haven't talked a lot about NuGet, but this is how we get extra pieces of code. And these codes have all been written as templates. They're like our libraries that we use, but they're specific to certain, they're almost like a whole set of code, a whole set of application on their own. But we're going to be able to call on those to do things. Okay, and so we're going to come down over to the far side, and right now we're going to say Manage NuGet Package Solutions. Okay, and that's going to bring us over to, it's going to open this tab right here. And as you can see, we don't have any installed packages right now. We are going to click on the Browse. And so we're going to come over here and we're going to go to the Browse page. And on the Browse page, you can see there are a lot of different things that we can pick to add to our project. So I'm going to come in here and I'm going to say paste. And I am asking it for Microsoft.EntityFramework core.design. Okay, that's what I'm asking it for. And notice now it has brought that up since I asked for it right here. Okay, Microsoft.EntityFramework core.design. Make sure you have exactly this one, okay? The exact same one that I have up here. Now, so now that I've clicked on it, notice what it does. It comes over here and it says project, and it says Razor Pages Movie, which is our solution, our project solution we're building. I'm going to click in here under project, and notice then it goes ahead and puts a check mark next to Razor Pages Movie, okay? And then it gives me a choice now to install, okay? And so we're going to install, and notice it's giving us the latest version of that, and I'm going to say install. It comes up with this preview changes, and I just say, I'm not even going to read them, I'm just going to say okay. Now it says, do you accept these licenses? I'm going to say I accept. And now if you can look down here in this corner, it begins to load all of those in for us, okay? And so it loaded all those in there. So we're okay with that. All right. And if you have problems with that, or if you need something else, go ahead and go back and look at the tutorial. All right. Okay, so we've just added Entity Framework into our project. Our next thing to do is we want to build those CRUD pages. And if you remember correctly, CRUD stands for Create, Read, Update, and Delete. Okay, so we're going to do that now. So if we come into Pages here, and I'm going to right click and go to Add, and I want to build a folder, new folder, to place our Razor pages into. And I'm going to call this Movies. And notice I put an S on the end of that, okay? That is very important because our model is called movie with no S on the end of it. We don't want to use the same names over and because it will confuse the rest of the program, right? And us. So we call this movies. All right. Under movies, I'm going to right click now. I'm going to go to add and I'm going to say new scaffolded item. So click that. And you'll probably come up on the installed. Click on the Razor pages. And under Razor pages, I'm going to use Razor pages using Entity Framework. And notice it says CRUD after that. And that is create, delete, details, and edit. A list of operations basically for our database, which we haven't built yet, but we're going to. Okay, so I'm going to click Add. It brings me up the Add Razor Pages using Entity Framework page. I'm going to come down here and I want to tell it what model am I using for this page. And of course that is our movie model that we created in our models folder. I'm going to, if you don't have this where it says Razor Pages Movie Contrast, yours is probably empty, hit this plus button and then it will say add, and that's how you get that in there, okay? So we've added that in. It's going to say reference script library is checked and the use layout page is checked. That's all we want. We do not want the create as a partial view. That's a whole different thing. And we're going to click add. And so now Visual Studio's mainly Entity Framework is building that for us and is doing a lot of coding for us in the background. So we're just going to wait a couple minutes. It won't take very long, and that will be done. Okay, good. It's finished now. So if we were to click this, open this folder, we would see there is an index page, which is where our movie information is, our create, delete, details, and edit page are all in there. Okay, so we've got all of those put together now. Our next step in this process is we are going to, since we've already scaffolded, we're going to want to go ahead and create our database. So the way we're going to do that is we're going to come up here, we're going to go Tools, and we're going to say NuGet Package Manager and Package Manager Console. Okay, so that is going to open this Package Manager Console down here. Don't pay any attention to all that. Okay, and so in this Package Manager Console, we are going to start by creating our database. And the way we're going to do that is we are going to type in, I'm going to paste, you're going to type in add dash migrations initial create. Okay, and so we're going to take that and we're going to hit enter. And it says build started, build succeeded, and gives us some information, okay? And so the next thing that we want to do is we're going to ask it to update database. All right, so I'm going to put that down here, and it says update database. I hit that. It now goes through the build process, and done. Good. So now we've generated the SQL Server commands that we need to be able to run our database. So since we have done all of that, I think there's one more thing. Yeah, I need to. I'm going to close some of these pages, and I want the movie, there it is, Razor Pages movie CS project. And the reason why I want this open, let me push this down now, is there's one little piece of code in here I don't want, and that is this nullable enables, and I'm just going to delete that out. So go through and do that, Razor Pages movie.cs project. And the reason why is because it won't allow nullable things in our database, and we wouldn't mind it being nullable. So that's something that we're going to get rid of that. All right. I went ahead and did a build. It said that was successful. I don't think. So I'm going to come up here. I went ahead and did the build. I'm going to make sure I save all. That'll save my changes to this project. And I'm going to click the Run button. So let's go ahead and do that. And it opens up. Now notice none of those pages that we created are on this bar. We have to add all that in, but we haven't done that yet. But we would still like to look at the pages that we've got. So we're going to say, we're going to say, let me just redo that, localhost, and right there. Okay, and I've just double clicked up in there, and I've opened my local host up. I'm going to say /movies. Remember, because our pages was movies, and with that command, it should go look for the index page. And there it is. So with that index page coming up, it tells us something. It tells us that our database is there. Kind of an interesting thing. So for example, I can click Create New, and I can come in here and I'm going to say, let's say Jaws. Let's say that the release date is a date, right? Let's say the genre is horror, and let's say the price is $19.95. If I go ahead and create that, oh look, I have added a record into my database, and we are looking at it there. We can see that it says the CRUD functions edit, details, and delete. We are reading it here in our index, so we know all of that is working. Okay, so that's all we're going to do on this project for right now. Let's go ahead and go back to the slides. Our next video is CS ASP 033 Razor Pages and Data Part 3. I look forward to seeing you there.